Welcome to Naked Spirituality, a video blog series of Sacred Attention Therapy and the Center for Human Awakening. My name is Rob Meager. For more information about Sacred Attention Therapy, the Center for Human Awakening, and our video blog series, please visit our website at www.centerforhumanawakening.com, and center is spelled C-E-N-T-E-R. These video blogs are intended to be spontaneous, unscripted dialogues between myself and other participants of the Center study group, and we welcome back to today's video blog a dear soul friend of the Center for Human Awakening, Lorna Bryant. And Lorna, I'm going to invite you to come on screen. Hello, Lorna.
Hello, Robert.
Nice to be with you.
And you. On your birthday.
Thank you, on my birthday. And for those who are tuning in, prior to us hitting the record button, Lorna sang me the most beautiful birthday wishes I think I've ever heard in my life. Lorna, you're a beautiful singer, and thank you so much.
It's welcome. It was a pleasure.
Well, we continue with an exploration, if I might use that word, of some of your transcendent sharings, and they're daily, and they're just beautiful. The sheer volume of them is breathtaking. It's enriching, and feel so blessed that you're willing to share them with us each day on the study group. And the one today I chose, and again, I'm choosing ones that are relatively short. But they're they might be short in words, but they're certainly not short in their depth and in their potential teachings. And this one began with the quote that overlaid the beautiful graphic. And the quote said the following: "With every step you take, there is a miracle right in front of you. It only takes a moment to notice." End quote. And then you go on with this short addition to that quote. You say, "For those with an open heart, an open mind, and the faith to believe, there are boundless miracles present all around us, often in the most surprising and unexpected places. Not one moment need pass without joy presenting itself to you. We so often choose to negate this eternal, creative bounty of love when it takes so little to simply notice and appreciate. You yourself are a miracle. Practice gratitude and begin with the breath of divine life that sears through you every single second you are alive." With every step you take, there is a miracle right in front of you. It only takes a moment to notice.
Yeah. I think I remember writing that. And just, I think, because what I've been through myself, and having to kind of withdraw from society in a way because of illness and stuff over the last many years actually, but the last 3-4 years particularly. It's very easy to, when you're out in the world and invested in your daily life and your dramas and your thoughts and your struggles, your desires, all the things you think you want to make you happy, ultimately you usually find out that they don't. It's very easy to miss what's right in front of your eyes. And I think when you're forced to step out of that world to a very large degree, you start to notice, and I sort of, I feel I don't. It's hard to say you feel blessed for an illness, but actually it's shown me so much. And I just, I would just, when everything is stiller around you, you start to notice the smallest things, even the movement of the wind in the trees, and the way that you can follow the way that the branches move, and then the way that the leaves move in response to the branches moving, and the bird, a little bird sitting, I can see out my window, a little bird sitting on a branch, just, and the minute details that little bird, its feathers, the colours, the sound it's making, and these things are going on around us all the time, not just in nature, but even in people. I see qualities in people. Look in someone's eyes, and you see, especially children's eyes. You look in children's eyes or babies' eyes. I mean, I love babies, and I've worked a lot with young children, and up to the age of about 5-ish, if they're lucky, still retain that wonderment in them. And it just struck me over the last years of being quite housebound that actually all my past, when I was younger, searching for happiness or for things to bring me that sense of wonder that obviously I didn't, like everybody else, when you're young, you go out searching for it, but it's just like, it's right there. I mean, I have 3 cats, and just can watch them for hours. The way they move, the way they breathe, the way they purr, the way they smell. And when you really look at these things, it becomes an immense sense of wonder that how can these beautiful things exist in our lives, and we don't notice them because we're so immersed in our life. And if we do start to notice them, it kind of taps us into something that's not of this world, that contains that breath of life that runs through every living thing. Am I making sense? Because I feel like I'm drifting up onto a cloud right now.
That's okay. I wanted to share in that and ask you this word miracle, and I'm going to reread that opening quote. With every step you take, there is a miracle right in front of you. It only takes a moment to notice. Now, the conventional, I think, view of a miracle, is something that it's awe-inspiring, it's something unexpected, something that we had nothing to do with. Certainly something outside of us, often something that's given to us, unexpected. Often I think miracles are seen as these spectacles. How do you see miracles in this context that you're sharing it?
How do I explain that? Something that is not related to a sense of wanting or desiring, or something outside of that we're not connected to that happens, that might create a feeling of happiness and excitement for a while, but then fades away. The miracle of life, really. The miracle, the absolute wonderment and mystery that we can never truly understand. We can only we can sense it, we can imagine it, but it's the miracle of life and love that resides in every living thing, every animated thing in this world and outside of it. And I think I find so much joy in the smallest things these days, and the bigger things that I used to chase after have no meaning anymore. And I think when you can connect, when I talk about a miracle, it's like something that you see or feel or touch, or that touches you on a deeper level than you can possibly even imagine. It connects with you on a deeper level, that it feels the feeling that you have. And I'm not really talking about feeling as in an emotional feeling exactly, more like a mystical other world feeling of wonder, is something we've lost, and it's a very visual world now, isn't it? I mean, we can be astounded at an amazing film full of drama and special effects, and that can be like, oh, or somebody wins the lottery and it's a miracle, and all this, but it's all temporary, and it's all disposable things that don't last. But this miracle I'm talking about, the miracle of the wind and the rain and the ocean and the birds and a smile, the light in someone's eyes, that connects us with something outside of us as human beings. And it's beyond words, really, I suppose. But I suppose in that piece that I wrote, I was trying to say, try to stop looking and searching outside all the time, outside of yourself, and contact that wonder and the miracle of yourself. Get in touch with that, and then you will see all the miracles out, in the world outside you and around you, and in someone's voice, in someone's smile, in a hug. That it's not physical, it's a non-physical thing. It's of the spirit, it's of life, love, but we all have it, like a stream of this beautiful like miraculous, creative, expansive energy that runs through us and leads us eventually back to the ocean. All streams lead back to the ocean, which is also, I mean, you look at the ocean, what a miracle that is. And we talked before about the universe, looking up at the night sky and the miracle of that. But it doesn't even have to be that big. I mean, it can be the smallest thing, a kind act. But it's anything, I think, that comes from the heart, comes a spontaneous feeling of joy and surprise. Something that it is not. It doesn't have a formula, but it has a flow. It doesn't have a name, but it has a heart. It isn't physical, but it's very, very real.
Now, I want to take the opportunity to ask you, because you spoke to it a few minutes ago, and you used the word understanding in the context of perhaps trying to understand, what you're seeing or what you're aware of when you see or are aware of a miracle. And I wanted to take the opportunity to ask you, when we perceive or recognize or see or become aware of a miracle, what are we aware of? And what is it we're seeing?
I think, yes, that's a really good question. I think we're seeing truth, and I think understanding is the wrong word, because understanding more relates to the mind, the brain, the processing it in that way. And I don't mean that understanding. I mean it's the truth. It's not. You can search for miracles through material things. You can search for miraculously your life to become happy and content, and through all sorts of ways. But that understanding of what a miracle is and what it will provide is coming from the mind. And I'm talking about seeing truth in things, because that is the only, you even understanding peace, you can't, if you have to try and understand peace, you're still using your mind in a sense. So, but truth, when you see truth in something, there's nothing beyond that, and you can't really put that into words. But you sense it when you know it when you see it, and the knowing is not of the mind knowing. It's the bigger knowing. It's wisdom instead of knowledge. I mean, knowledge is of the mind. Wisdom, I think, is a more knowledge is something you kind of gain through life experience, or you kind of been there, done that. I have all this knowledge, and people often are filled with that sort of, it makes me, I've done all this in life and all these stories, but do they have any wisdom with that knowledge? And what is wisdom? Wisdom, behind wisdom, the root of wisdom has to be truth. So I think that's what I'm talking about. But again, it's the problem with words, isn't it? But understanding, you can't understand truth. Truth just is. And so it's an experience you can have, but you can't put it into any words, really.
And it doesn't need to be put in words.
No, it does. Nothing does. Unfortunately, we use words so much, but no, the real things, the real. I mean, how do you describe love? How do you quantify love? How do you explain? You can't hold it. You can't touch. How do you the things that last, the things that are timeless, not even eternal, because eternity has a sense of time going on and on and on. So there's a sort of, it's still sort of a kind of worked out thing, but timelessness. Imagine, the beauty of no time whatsoever. And it's kind of beyond our perception in our minds. But honestly, I think the biggest miracle I come back to is looking into a child's eyes for me, especially a newborn. I've been at quite a few births, because as a holistic therapist, and obviously my own children were born at home, and the moment they're born, I can't put into words the feeling of the creative energy that bursts into the room, and the immense love that is beyond words again. And when you look into their eyes, when they open your eyes, and it's like you're looking into a universe itself, and they're still very much connected to that universe, and that's truth, and that's it right there. And I see it in my cats. I know I can't. I see it in animals' eyes. I think a lot of people find it easier to love animals because there's that purity. It's a purity that is beyond words. It's once you've seen it and you keep seeing it and you keep seeing it, everything else starts to fade away.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else loses its importance. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know you know what I'm talking about, Robert.
Well, we gain an increasing aperture, an increasing opening of the truth.
Truth,
And
yeah.
once we have a glimpse of that, the illusion that we were seeing previously loses its glimmer, loses its attraction.
Yes. And we're very good at telling ourselves what truth is. You know, formulating different recipes for what truth means for each individual.
Mm-hmm.
But that is conceptual truth. That is, excuse me. That is truth based on our physical experiences and conditioning, and I'm talking about truth way beyond that.
No. It's a nice place to leave it, I think, for today, Lorna.
Do you know,
I know, as always, time flies.
Sure,
It's been almost 20 minutes now. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not just want to get off to your birthday party?
This was my birthday party.
I'm really glad I could join you for it.
If anyone wishes to get in touch with you, they can through your Facebook page at Sanctuary with Eden. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also on LinkedIn now.
Okay. And what's the title or the name on LinkedIn?
It's Lorna Bryant, but Lorna Eden in brackets Bryant.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Thanks, Lorna.
Okay. Bless you, Robert. Have a wonderful birthday.
Thank you. Until next time.
Till next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.